channel, and here we are going to be working on the surface development of some solids. And now we are starting with that of the square prism. As you can see on the screen, I made the pictorial view of a square prism here, and I also made the orthographic views of a square prism. Okay. What we have here is a pictorial view, and I want you to see a very important part when it comes to the surface development, which we call a seam. And a seam is a point where we cut the object for us to open it and spread the surface. So that is what we call a seam. So when you look at a tin of milk and you remove the paper on its surface, you will see a line. That is where the plate is joined together to form that cylindrical object. So we call it a seam. So that is what I indicated here. Now when it comes to the surface development, what we are to draw is the orthographic view. So we are not drawing this pictorial view, but we are drawing the orthographic view for us to do the surface development. Now in this orthographic view, so we have the top view. The top view, that is the top of the square prism, is a square, and that is what we have here, a square of length 40 millimeters. And the front view is a rectangle, so which is of a height of 70 millimeters. So this is what we are to draw. The orthographic view is what we are to draw, and then we go on and produce the surface development of the object. So let's go and see how this work can be done. So as I said, so what we are to draw is the front view and also the top view. So we draw a vertical center line here. We draw a vertical center line. Then, so we come up a bit and draw a horizontal center line like this. Then the length or side of the square, which is the top view, is 40 millimeters. So from this point here, where the two lines meet, take 20 millimeters to the left side and take 20 millimeters to the right side. Then turn the ruler, and then so you take 20 millimeters up and 20 millimeters down. Okay, so we are going to form a square with this. So here we draw horizontal line, and here we also draw horizontal line like this. Then, so with our set square at this point, so we draw a vertical line, and here also we draw a vertical line. So what we have done here, so we have the square base of the square prism here. So let's make it a tip line. Okay, so make this a tip line, and also make this a tip line, and lastly, so make this a tip line. Alright, so this is the square base of the square prism. So let's number this point as 1. So this is 2. So this is 3. And this is 4. Alright, so we have all these points on the square prism, on the square. So next thing that we are going to do to draw the front elevation, so with the set square on the T-square like this, so draw a vertical line like this, and on this side also draw a vertical line like this. Okay, so having drawn the vertical line, so you come up a bit and you draw horizontal line at any distance, Okay, then we now take the height. So take the height, So from here up, that is 70 millimeters. So this is 70 millimeters here. Okay, so then we draw horizontal line. Alright, so that is the front view. So we are going to make this line a thick line, and we also make this line here a thick line, and this line also make it a thick line, and this line also make it a thick line. Alright, so if we are to number this point, so this point is 1 prime and this is 2 prime. So this point is 3 prime and this is 4 prime, to distinguish it from what we have here on the top view. So the next thing that we are going to do, we are cutting it at this, along this line at this point 4. So we cut it at this point 4. Okay, so what we have to do now to produce surface development, so we bring our T-square to this point here and we draw horizontal line to this side. Then we take it up from this point, we also draw horizontal line to this point. Then we take the set square, so moving away from the front elevation at any distance, so draw a vertical line like this. Okay, draw a vertical line. Then the length of side, so we are cutting it from this point 4. So this point is point 4. So we have to put 4 here. Okay, so then the length of side of the square is 40 millimeters. So you take 40 millimeters. So 40 millimeters each. So this is 40 millimeters. We are taking 4 because it is 4-sided. So this is 2. So this is 3. And then, so lastly, this is 4. Alright, so on each of these points, we are going to erect a vertical line. So if you cut it from this point 4, so the next point is point 3. So it's point 3. Then from 3 to 2. Then from 2 to 1. And then from 1 back to 4. So just follow the instruction like that. So then, so with our set square, we have to erect a vertical line on each of these points. So we need to make it a thick line like this, because these are the edges on the square prism that we can see. Remember the pictorial view that I showed you. I will still bring it before we end this video. So we draw a vertical line at this point, and also at this point draw a vertical line like this. So this line also, we make it a thick line. Make this line a thick line, and then so this line here, we have to make it a thick line. Because it is the edges on the first square on the base part of the square prism as we have it in the pictorial view. So we also make this line a thick line like this. Alright, so this is the surface development of the square prism. So let me bring the diagram for you to see the edges that I'm talking about. So look at it. So we have an edge here. This is an edge. This is an edge. This is also an edge, though that is hidden. It will not be hidden in the surface development. And also, so this line that we have here and this line, that this top line, this line here, and this line at the top. So those are the lines that we put together to form these straight lines and these straight lines. So this is the surface development of a complete square prism. As simple as I've done it here. Thank you. Keep on practicing and God bless you.